A severe air pollution crisis is gripping South Asia with a dense blanket of toxic smog settling over the region. It's so thick it can be seen from space. One of the hardest hit areas is along the India-Pakistan border, which is home to millions of people. Joining us now is Aparna Roy, climate change expert from New Delhi. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me speak on this important issue.
Absolutely. And for our viewers who may not be familiar with smog, can you explain exactly what it is and how it's formed?
Sure. For those who don't know smog, it is noticeable as a very thick, hazy, dense cloud-like layer, which is hanging over over the cities, especially during certain time of the year. We don't see it as much in summer as in winter. This word smog actually comes from the combination of smoke and fog, and it's exactly that harmful mix of pollutants from sources where we emit from vehicle, factories, burning of waste, combined with weather condition that sort of trap these pollutants near the ground. It is a serious issue because smog doesn't make the sky look dirty, but it also impacts our health, especially in cities. Smog filled air can cause problems like coughing, irritation in the eye, and even long term lung diseases. A lot of young children have started suffering from asthma because of smog. And for people with pre existing health conditions, vulnerable group, children, old age, senior citizens who already are living with asthma or heart diseases, smog is life threatening.
Absolutely. And we've seen some of that here in Canada with our wildfire season. I mean, some areas like British Columbia just completely blanketed with this smog. Just even looking at the footage, I mean, you talked about some of the health issues, but mental health, I mean, it looks like every day is a gloomy day with smog around. So it's really fascinating how this has just blanketed the region. The images coming out of India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh are apocalyptic. Can you tell us what led to this crisis and how it's impacting people's lives? We did just talk about the health issues, but maybe you can touch a bit more on that.
Yes, absolutely. So, what is leading to smog is basically a number of reasons. I mean, it's a mix of a lot of reasons. So, around the year, we already emit a lot of carbon from, like I said, from our transportation, our vehicle, which do not emit clean, right? They emit carbon. So, we have a lot of pollution coming in from the vehicular traffic. But what the immediate cause is for smog across this region is basically the agriculture waste burning, which is called the stubble burning. So basically, our agricultural field needs to be immediately prepared for the next cycle of crop. So the waste from the previous season's crop is generally burnt, and that emits a lot of carbon dioxide up in the atmosphere, and that is the immediate cause which leads to I mean, especially in the landlocked areas, which is North India, it traps the entire pollutant, like you just said, and it causes this dense thick air of basically these pollution that we know as smog. But this tiny particulate matter are harmful gases. This penetrates really deep into our lungs, leading to respiratory failures, issues like asthma, bronchitis, and even long term ailments like lung cancer.
Air pollution knows no borders, as we've seen in those images. So can the current situation bring India and Pakistan together to fight this climate emergency? Because there's been conflict between the two countries for quite some time.
Yes, there has been, but I think, like you said, I would want to reiterate and emphasize on this point that uh, air pollution, smog, and any climatic environmental hazards recognize no borders. So this is a development challenge, right? The already existing tensions between the two countries should not stop the two countries from coming together and bringing out impactful strategies or solutions in the ground, roll them out for the betterment of our own people and communities, and to help, kind of shield the economy from the worst impacts of smog. I think there could be, to begin with, I think there are a couple of collaborations that we can look at. The first and a very important step where India and Pakistan can come together, I feel, is data sharing. And both the countries need to invest in a robust, transparent exchange of air quality data and scientific research. Second, I think we need coordinated action plans. So, if we can create a bilateral task force on air quality that could harmonize the policies between the two countries, like phasing out of dirty fuels, say incentivizing clean energy technology in agriculture, enforcing stricter vehicle emission norms. These policies would benefit people on both the sides of the border. And lastly, I would like to say that people to people initiative can build trust and momentum. So imagine school partnerships. Even at that granular level where students plant trees across the border regions or farmer exchanges to share sustainable farming practices can go a long way in bringing the two countries together. So there's an importance of combining enforcement with innovation, from renewable energy to smart technologies to achieve visible progress. And these cases are something that we should learn from and accelerate our progress to mitigate the crisis.
A lot of lessons to be learned, certainly. Aparna, thank you so much for your time today. That's Aparna Roy, climate change expert from New Delhi.